Hello from the office. So, today we're talking about something that failed me personally, running a client business. And it's a common theme. It's one that a lot of people talk about, and it's kind of like a ghost. Like everybody kind of agrees that it's a thing, but nobody has ever seen it. Like nobody has ever like really put it into, oh yeah, this actually existed, right? It's like Bigfoot. And that is lead nurturing. So lead nurturing, personally, I don't believe in lead nurturing. I don't believe it's a thing, but I did in the beginning because it makes logical sense. It makes logical sense that if you give a lot of your stuff and you help a lot of people, then well, eventually they're gonna be nurtured enough to make a purchase, right? But let's go over like fundamentals. Why do people buy stuff? They buy stuff because they're in pain. You have a solution and you offer, a solution to that pain. And something remarkable about people is that people are really good at adapting to pain. And, in the beginning, it kind of sucks. Let's say you get a job and, you're there like 40 hours a week or plus, and then it kind of sucks, but then you kind of get used to it. And then that's kind of your life, right? And then it's like, people adapt to pain pretty quickly. Same thing with people who buy offers. So they have a really big pain and then they adapt, which means that the pain goes down. If you keep nurturing that lead, then that's another way of looking at it is you're waiting for that person to adapt to the pain. And at some point they stop feeling it. At which point they lose interest. Right? So personally, when I understood it like that, it didn't make sense for me to wait. Like, why would I wait for people who come bleeding to the hospital and like, oh yeah, you're bleeding and it's really painful. Why don't you sign this form real quick? Like, it doesn't make much sense to me. I would rather think the best way to make or the best time to make an offer is the nanosecond at which somebody becomes a lead because they're going to adapt and at some point they're going to stop being interested. So lead nurturing personally, it makes conceptual sense, but people adapt and so it loses sense to me. So when is the best time to make an offer? It's the nanosecond somebody becomes a lead. Do you need to nurture that lead? I don't know. Or do you want to wait for them to adapt, or do you want to hit them when the iron's hot, when the pain is at its highest? Me personally, I'd rather up my chances of a sale, so I'd rather do it early.